In today's video, I'm going to show you a very easy way to unlock the Sticks and Stones Dark Ops challenge in Call of Duty Zombies, because unfortunately there are some things in the game at the moment that prevent this from being completed, like accidentally getting a critical kill or zombies dying to alternative damage types like exploding cars. So I'll explain everything so that you have the best chance of getting this done yourself. So yes, as I just mentioned there are unfortunately a few things in Black Ops 6 Zombies that cause this challenge to not be completed, even though you've done the requirements, because as I'm sure most of you will know, to unlock the Sticks and Stones Dark Ops challenge, you need to get yourself to round 25 by only using melee attacks, the combat axe, and also melee macchiato. So basically, you don't really need to do anything in terms of your loadout to set up for your games, because we're going to be using the knife at all times, but for the field upgrade, feel free to use stuff like Frenzy Guard or possibly even Ether Shroud, as they can be a good sort of like get out of jail if you get surrounded by zombies. But again, as I've already hinted at multiple times, there are a few things that can stop you doing this challenge. In fact, we did this live the other day on the channel, and on our first attempt, we didn't get this. That is because I accidentally critical killed one of the zombies at the very beginning of the game. So you know those environmental zombies that are like hanging around in like sort of different areas of the map. Some are trapped in cars, some are trapped under cars, or the ones that are actually laying underneath the cars or underneath objects and laying on the ground, you can actually very easily critical kill them. I'm just going to show you footage now of me basically trying to get a critical kill on like regular zombies in a much higher round, and it was borderline impossible. Like, it's not a thing you can do, but for some reason on these environmental zombies that are like say trapped under cars or under objects, it's actually very easy to get a critical kill. If you get a critical kill, that will stop you from being able to unlock this challenge. Every kill has to either be a melee kill, like the pop-up on screen has to be a melee kill, or a combat axe kill. Luckily, you can't get critical kills with the combat axes either, so basically combat axes are a free pass. Just try and kill as many things as you can with the combat axe, and just be careful or just completely avoid all environmental zombies that are just sort of like there underneath cars, because apparently if you attack them, it's basically run over. But as I say, the challenge is actually very, very simple, because we're just using the knife, which can be a one-shot pretty much the entire way through until about wave 4. Just with a standard knife, you will be able to one-shot stuff, and then, as I say, when you get to about round 4, it will then become a two-shot. So just spend the first couple early rounds earning enough to get yourself over to the church area, and then when you have enough points, open up Pack-a-Punch, get yourself melee macchiato, and of course upgrade the weapon, because you are allowed to pack-a-punch it, and also feel free to upgrade its rarity. There's also one grey area that I'm not too sure actually affects this challenge either, and I kind of want you guys to help me in the comments, because I believe you can put an ammo mod on the knife, but I didn't, just where we had those problems with the first attempt. I was being like super skeptical with everything, so I didn't even put any like additional ammo mods on, because I didn't want anything else on my screen to say, oh, you did a napalm kill or you did a dead wire kill. So I did not put an ammo mod on this knife, but I'll be honest, you don't need an ammo mod because you do more than enough damage with the knife itself. So basically, just like our good enough video that we did a couple of days ago, just keep progressing naturally through the rounds, and whenever you get enough money to pack-a-punch your knife again, obviously just make sure that you do that. Quick Revive and Juggernog can also be a handy sort of second and third perk to go along with melee macchiato, because of course then you have more health and better health regen when actually knifing zombies. And although I haven't mentioned it yet, you can actually run augments on perks too. So of course with melee macchiato specifically, I highly recommend that you run the vampiric extraction, as that will give you health back every time you knife an enemy, and I believe it's 25 health per hit. But then I also recommend that you run the minor augment of strength training, as again that will increase the amount of damage you're doing with the knife whilst you've got melee macchiato active on your character. And then another really good augment is the one that we can put on Juggernog, which is the reactive armor, as again whenever your armor piece breaks, that acts as kind of like a widow's wine effect, stunning the zombies around you, allowing you to sort of like get out of the way if you're surrounded, for instance, because of course we're going to be up close and personal pretty much all the time unless we're using the combat axes. So by having a mix of those three augments, you're going to be doing more damage, getting your health back per knife, and also if you happen to get surrounded, have that reactive armor to stun the zombies and obviously get yourself out of there. But then when it comes to actually getting through the rounds, vermin rounds are probably actually going to be your most tricky or most finicky rounds because their hitboxes are just not the greatest. But you can easily, especially if you've got those augments that I've mentioned earlier, get through the pest rounds just with a normal knife. Combat axes are again going to be your best friend during this particular round because I believe I've said this already, but you cannot get critical kills anymore with combat axes. I don't know if that was a thing of the past, but even with me trying to hit the critical hitboxes on normal zombies, special zombies, and of course these vermins, I never got a critical hit with the combat axe. It was always just popping up on my screen saying combat axe kill. So just know that for the vermin rounds, we are just running into them, sliding into them, combat axing them as much as we can. But if you do happen to get surrounded, just back off, let them run at you, then you can use the combat axes to, yeah, hit them all at once. And I must say, that is also basically the strat that we implemented in our run. Just using the hill leading up to the church to train the zombies, get them all in one single file, throw multiple combat axes at them, and then kill any stragglers with the knife. And again, as long as you are consistently upgrading your knife in both its rarity and of course pack-a-punch level, manglers should only ever be a 2 or 3 shot at most, even if you don't have the augments that we mentioned earlier. And then the key strat to deal with the abominations is to either use the ether shroud or the frenzy guard that I mentioned earlier. Of course, ether shroud is going to be a little bit easier as all the zombies will disperse, allowing you to just put all of your time and effort into killing the abomination. I believe as well with abominations, if you hit him in the head, there is a chance of the critical kill popping up on your screen. I didn't get it, and I think I did try multiple times during the stream to see if that was going to be a thing. So I don't know if that's now been fixed, but in order just to 100% make sure that you definitely don't get a critical kill, just try and hit the abominations on the side or on their legs. You deal the same damage anyway as if you're hitting them in the front or the back, so just basically stay at sort of like the side of him and just hit him on the side, and then that way you won't get the critical kill hit. But we just essentially rinse and repeat these methods until round 25. I'm obviously just going to show you the last couple of rounds as I'm speaking over this as kind of like an example of what to do, but this challenge is just more about taking the time to get this done. It's not overly difficult because, as I say, if you just train the zombies and use the combat axes to your advantage, you can take out like 4 or 5 zombies with one combat axe, getting through the rounds relatively quickly. And of course your knife or baseball bat, whichever one you want to be using, will always be a one shot too. But as long as you keep going through the rounds and get yourself to round 25 without taking out any of the natural zombies and without getting a critical hit, you will indeed have this challenge card pop up on your screen as well as all the XP that comes with it, and successfully note yet another Dark Ops challenge off your list. This was actually quite a fun challenge to do live, and we are going to be live again next Tuesday, potentially going for the round 100 Dark Ops challenge, because yep, there is a Dark Ops challenge to get to round 100 in either of the maps. So if you want to stick around for more Dark Ops challenge videos like this, and certainly stick around for that live stream, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. We're getting a lot of subscribers at the moment, so I just want to say a huge thank you for all the support on this channel, as it's a brand new channel for me. But if you are liking this Dark Ops challenge series, showing you how to get these done in the easiest and most efficient way possible, make sure that you leave a like rating too, as not only does that help out this particular channel, but it helps the videos get out there to people who may be struggling and need to find these kinds of videos to help them out. So you're also being your bit for the community too. Other than that, obviously I hope you have fun trying to get this challenge done. Let me know in the comments if you find any other ways that might be breaking this challenge and stopping you from completing it. But otherwise, that's everything from me. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I guess I'll catch you in the next video of whatever it is that we make. Bye bye.